Hello guys, welcome back to Printable Scenery, and today we will take a look at this ruined mansion which I got printed from Nerd Stuff, which is, if you don't know, small, we could say garage company from Germany which specializes on 3D printing licensed stuff and also painting if you want. So you can buy both printed and painted stuff from them, and I did a couple of unboxings or reviews back in the time, so feel free to check my channel for more. But let's take a look at this, we could say, pretty ruined mansion from them. I'm not sure who is the designer, but from the style I think it's probably Printable Scenery. I will, make sure in the description of the video to put it right. And it's sort of pretty huge, you can see it, next to my hand. It's not small, which is sort of great because it's sort of, even high with its height, sort of nice piece for the table. You could put it in the corner of the table, put some garden and walls, and you have this, mansion here, countryside mansion. Pretty nice. There is lots of stone, so it's probably, more suitable for Europe. Be it more wood, it would be, I think, super cool, sort of colonial plantation mansion. But with the stone, it's pretty usable then for the Europe, Western and Central Europe. So usable for, 7-Year War, Napoleonic Wars, basically 9th century onwards. Even usable, of course, for First or Second World War. I think this mansion sort of scream Normandy to me. And of course, what it also screams to me is some sort of, pulp action, because, abandoned mansion is something which is sort of pulpish. I'm not really sure about the dimensions or scale, because to me it seems sort of smaller side for the 28mm, but I think it's still too big for the 22mm, but it's without the dub usable for basically both. As I said, it's pretty usable for the Second World War, because this is the Normandy Chateau for the D-Day. So I have these, German Felgendarmerie from the Warlord Gates. And you can see that he fits without a problem to the door. I will put him inside and, watch him through the windows. He looks pretty nice with this, as we can call it, French windows. And the, size of the levels there. The right word, just sort of vanish in my mind. Floor. Yeah. We can see on the floor level that, the height of this level or the room is not really, small. He fits nice. You can fit, lots of these guys inside. As I said earlier, it's pretty great for the pulp, so there is some Tulu that made a ghoul inside. Again, the Tulu that made our miniatures are more like 32mm. They are pretty huge, but it fits here without any problem. And I think it can be a pretty nice centerpiece for, for the, pulp-like games, if you want to play, like, Strange Aeons and stuff like that. There are, again, some, details on the flooring from the ruin house. There is chimney. On the floor, second floor, it's also chimney. It's without furniture, but that probably doesn't really matter. It has printed, details inside, or the same as the outside. And again, it's pretty huge in my hand. Again, if I put, poor hands here for the scale, you can see that it's pretty huge. Pretty huge mansion with this 28mm figure. And it will, once painted, I think it will look really great on the table. Also, it's probably too, big for the 15mm miniatures. But again, at this huge house, it doesn't really matter with the scale because it's sort of, huge house every time. So these are 15mm or epic scale guys from the Warlord games. And I think it works pretty well even with them, with the 15mm guys. These are the, pike and shot guys from the Warlord. To be honest, I'm not really sure if it's suitable for the 30 Years' War. I think this is way more modern, but for the scale purposes, it's sort of, I think it's fitting without any issue. We put them here, and they fit pretty nicely. It's great. It's shame it's probably it's not really usable for the 30 Years' War, but if you know better than me, please leave me in the comments if it's from which century onwards it's usable, because I would really love to use it for my 15mm pike and shot wargaming. And night details will be, in my opinion, will be pretty easy to paint, but once painted, I think it will look great, and it's, as I said earlier, it will be nice, piece on the table. Interesting one, because you don't see many of these mentions. And again, usable from Napoleonic Wars to Second World War, and of course for the modern era. You can even use it for really modern era wargaming if you want, because these abandoned mansions are scattered across Europe. And I think that's it. That's probably all I can say about the kit. Again, nice quality of the print, nice the model itself, fair price. I will put a link in the description. As I said in the beginning, it's printed by Nerdstuff, German company, so of course European company. So if you live in the European Union, you can buy from them without any customs, which is sort of great, and I'm looking forward for painting it. This was Spotan's War, and hopefully see you in the next one. Bye guys, and don't forget to subscribe!